And Ibn Sina also keenly observed the work of agents of denudation and withering in the mountains and held that the mountain streams erode the slopes. He also noted the presence of fossils in the rocks in high mountains. The Arabs borrowed from the Greeks the division of the globe of the earth into five zones. The torrid zone, two frigid zones, and two temperature zones. See, we can see in this picture this high temperature zone and also frigid zones. We can see the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and the North Pole and South Pole, and the continental area, which this area that is a equator area, uh, where we can see the hot area or torrid zone. We can see in this picture. This is the philosophical concept or discovery of Ibn Sina, and the Arabs, they have in mind this prime meridian of the Romans was also adopted by the Arabs of the calculation of time and latitudes, and the phenomena of tides were also observed by the Arab navigators and scholars. And they provided that the tides are caused by the gravitational pull of the sun and the moon. So, this scientific approach of understanding the geographical facts behind these tides and also the calculation of time and the latitudes, etc., were contributed much to this geographical knowledge. And another contribution in this field of geography, that is Makadisi, we already discussed about that. He followed the scientific method while compiling their works. There were three main sources of information, namely the relevant available literature, personal observations made during their own travel, and information gathered from reliable persons about the lands, for which the other two methods were not enough. They were passionate for traveling, which is evident from the fact that they believed in collecting information themselves. Examples may be cited of Al-Idrisi's travels in South, North, and Western Europe, Ibn Haykals, that is in 943 to 969 AD, journeys to eastern part of Europe, Al-Biruni's travels to India, and finally Ibn Battuta's travels, which covered faraway places like India, China, along with the entire Muslim world. And his travel in Africa took him as far as south as Timbuktu on the river Nile, etc. And these travel accounts and this experience and expeditions and experiments make them new knowledge, new informations in this field of geography. And Al-Biruni's contribution in this field. He was a Tajik by race and a Persian by culture. His main interests include astronomy, mathematics, chronology, physics, medicine, and history. And he was a prolific writer. His books include Kitab al-Hind, Al-Qanun, Al-Masudi, and Tariq al-Hind, Kitab al-Hind, as regarded as his monumental works which deals with the geography of India. He describes the process shaping the landforms under the normal conditions and even identifies the significance of rounded stones in the alluvial deposits in the southern part of the Himalayas. He mentioned that the distribution of rainfall in the peninsula region is controlled by eastern and western Ghats. So he made a great contribution in the geographical features of India, and he picturized geographical sketches, and he made a great contribution to the geographical features of India during his time. And this another scholar, Al-Idrisi, was a leading scholar of the 12th century. The most important and famous book was Amusement